Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is You Had Me at Hey, Chapter 21, and this one is titled When the Parents Go Out. Another word of warning, I've cut a few things out of this chapter as well, but you will definitely get the gist of what's happened. The rest of the afternoon was spent helping each band member with their parts of the song, and Jiro watched you with pride as you collected each person's piece and stitched it together to make a backing track for her to practice with. Jiro pointed out that Bakugo would be super pissed when he realised that you'd put a drum beat in the background and didn't ask for his expert help. But you took your chances. You also cut copies for everyone else and put them on a USB with the shop's logo on the USB. Free merch, you said with a wink as you handed them out. Just then your dad came down the stairs with your mum in tow. Yin, we're meeting up with your mum's high school friend who's just flown in from overseas, he said as he glanced around the very full audio. Oh, hi Dad. Meet half of the UA Hero class, you said with a laugh. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Lin, they chorused with big smiles. Hello, you lot, your dad said with a grin. Yin, don't forget to lock up when they leave, okay? Yeah, sure, Dad. Have a good time out. We will. Bye all, nice to meet you, your dad said with a small wave. Bye, Mr. and Mrs. Lin, they all chorused again. Your parents left, and you and the band members chatted a little longer. Oh my gosh, look at the time, Momo gasped suddenly. I had to finish my homework. We had homework? Kaminari asked from where he was sat up on the desk. Kaminari, are you even attending classes? Tokoyami asked with concern. How have you not failed yet? It's a miracle, Jiro snorted. Kaminari not failing yet is proof that God exists. I wouldn't go that far, Momo replied with a sweat-dropped look on her face. Okay, we really must go now, she said as she walked towards the door of the studio. Thank you so much for all your help, Yin. I truly appreciate it. Yeah, thanks heaps, Kaminari piped up. Thank you, Yin, Tokoyami said as he turned to leave as well. I'll just chill a little longer, Jiro said quietly to you. I can do my homework later. My girl, you chuckled with a wink. You and Jiro saw the others off and then headed upstairs. You want a drink, babes? You asked as you led the way to the kitchen. Yeah, sure. You got any Coke? Jiro asked as she played with an earjack. Yep, you chirped back. You pulled the Coke out of the fridge and poured her a glass and then one for you before putting it away and leading your way to the room. Yeah, he's getting there, Jiro commented, chatting about Kaminari as you two walked. He's been practicing a lot. Could he play before this? You asked as you pushed your bedroom door open and walked in. Nah, Jiro replied as she shut the door. You're doing an awesome job then with them, Kai. I'm super impressed, you complimented. Speak for yourself, Jiro replied. You were so cool this afternoon, putting all our pieces together. It was deep dope, if you ask me. Aw, you're too sweet, Kai. Come here, you said as you put your drink on the desk and plopped down on the side of the bed. Jiro put her drink beside yours and then walked over, straddling your legs as she sat down in your lap, facing you with her arms around your neck. Just then, your dad opened the door and stepped in. Yin, you forgot to lock the... He froze at seeing you two on the bed, side by side, panting with clothes askew. Dad, you're home. I was, Yin, I think it's time that Jiro left now, your dad said darkly, and you started to suffocate as fear gripped your windpipe. Okay, you whispered hoarsely, looking at Jiro, who looked very nonchalant about the whole thing, but you could see her breathing was a little erratic. Jiro, it's okay. I better go, she said stiffly, before quickly hopping off the bed and walking to the bedroom door where your dad stood. Dad, can I see Jiro off quickly? You asked with a soft pleading as he sat up. You just needed a little bit more time to come up with a cover story as to why you and Jiro were panting on the bed together. No, Yin, your dad said sharply. You stay in your room. He then turned to Jiro as she passed him. Jiro, I would appreciate if you didn't come to the shop again, thank you, he said sternly. Jiro just nodded silently, not looking at him as she passed quickly and headed down the stairs. Your dad's angry gaze fell on you again. What were you doing? He snapped. Tears welled up in your eyes as you choked on your own words. This was a very stressful situation, and you knew your dad was going to react badly to this, but there was no other logical explanation for what went on. This is unacceptable, Yin, your dad barked. You burst into tears, covering your face with your hands as you bawled. You are never to see her again, he yelled. Do you understand? Dad, no, please, you wailed. Dad, I love her. Love her? he boomed. Love her? You don't even know what you're saying, you foolish girl. Can't we talk about this? You cried loudly. What about me? What about how I feel? I can't believe that we're having this conversation, your dad hollered. I won't have my only daughter kissing and doing inappropriate things with another girl. You will stop this right now. You continued to bawl, not knowing what else to do. You stay in your room until your mother gets back, your dad seethed. Consider yourself grounded. He slammed the door shut angrily, and you fell back on the bed and rolled over to bury your face in the pillows while you sobbed. Jiro felt sick to her stomach as she walked back to Yue, her head hanging as she mulled over what had just happened. I wonder if my parents could help. She pulled her phone out and rang her mum. Kai, her mum said excitedly as she answered the phone. How is school going, baby? I've got you on speakerphone. Say hi to Dad. Okay, I guess hi, Dad, Jiro replied glumly. Hey, honey bunch, her dad said when he heard Jiro's voice. You don't sound too happy. I'm not, Jiro replied sadly. What's the matter, beautiful? He asked sympathetically. Well, I got a girlfriend, but... You did? Oh my goodness, hun, that's wonderful. When do we get to meet her? Jiro's mum gushed excitedly. Oh, my baby's growing up, her dad cried happily in the background. But why are you sad? She didn't call it off already, did she? You just give me her name, he said protectively. I'll sort her out. Jiro giggled. Dad, please, she chuckled as a tear rolled down her cheek. What happened, sweetheart? Her mum asked tenderly. Her. She burst into tears, her heart aching for you. Her parents found out, and they're keeping us apart. Oh, baby, her dad said in his loving dad voice. Don't you worry your little heart about it. Just let it be for now and come and see us tomorrow afternoon. We can talk about a way to discuss your and your girlfriend's relationship with her parents and work something out, okay? Thank you, Dad. Jiro sniffed heavily. I love you guys. We love you too, baby. If you can still contact your girlfriend, tell her we're going to do our best to help, Jiro's mum said in her most motherly, caring voice. I love you, Mum, Jiro said, wiping her eyes. Love you too, beautiful. We'll see you tomorrow, okay? Sleep well, she said, and Jiro could almost feel her smile coming through the phone. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite, Jiro's dad quipped, and Jiro snorted. You're such a dork, Dad, she giggled. He laughed gently. I know you love me. I do, Jiro replied with a smile. Okay, sweetheart, we'll let you go now. Bye, her mum said. Bye, she replied and hung up. Pulling her phone down from her ear, she texted you, unsure of if you would get her message or not. Hey, I rang my parents. They're going to help us. Love you always, Yin, don't worry, she typed, then hit send. Back home in your room, your phone beeped and you quickly looked at it, reading Jiro's message. Immediately that weight that was hanging on your heart lifted and you quickly replied. Thank them so much for me. I love you too, you sent. Jiro smiled at her phone when she received your message and tucked her phone in her pocket. Nothing can stop me from being with my girl, she thought with determination as she got back to the UA dorms. So you know how one of the hallmarks of my works is having secondhand embarrassment? Whoa, that was heavy. I'll see you in the next chapter. Hopefully it won't be as heavy as that one. See you then.